I wouldn't be surprised if that was a Skype thing, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be Skype. Okay. Holy shit, goddamn, it's the first show of a new year. We've got new fears bringing new tears, but don't worry, you bet your ass there will be lots of beer. Now give a cheer, because he's here, and it's clear that we revere the most sincere veneered volunteer. It's Nakara. Why don't you have names that rhyme, damn it? And you, Shiver, what the fuck rhymes with Shiver? Quiver? I can't rhyme anything with Quiver, you bloody ingrate. It's inappropriate, and it's creepy. And Silence, I mean, the joke is already there in your name. I can't say anything about what the hell. Look, oh, look, it's Silent. He's silent. Really, guys? Relay? Is this what you've made me
Relay.
become? This is what you've done with me. What am I? Hey, it's Relay. Let's go.
You're Eris.
Sliver.
That's what you are.
You're a misspelled dwarf planet.
Yeah. I can't repeat the only thing we can do with your name.
Fine.
That's pretty good.
Thank you, Ruti.
Thank you, Rudy.
Still mono. I shouldn't be mono. God. Okay, you guys talk for a second. I gotta look at this.
Have you tried talking on the other side of your microphone?
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
Welcome to the relay station, everybody.
Have you tried speaking in reverse?
I hate you all.
I want to hear him try speaking in reverse.
All right, try speaking in reverse, David.
Okay.
Then we can be blamed for all society's ills and say that we're satanic.
Am I no longer mono? Please tell me while I drink, because I need alcohol.
That's fair.
Alcohol. The cause and solution to all of life's little problems.
No, it's just the cause and solution to you. It's just the solution to you.
That explains why everyone around me is a heavy drinker.
You know, I use it for good jobs with computer repair, because whenever there's a glitch that's just making me want to hit my head in, I just start drinking and everything works out.
Makes sense.
I like that Nelric just said SpaceX.
SpaceX.
Nothing else, just SpaceX.
Okay. So apparently
good thing to
settings
talk
are bad. I can't touch settings. But this is working. I've got to fix the names, but the overlay isn't as crappy in the center anymore. And look, there's the chat there. Yay!
Like
and
that.
look up there. There's like, that's supposed to, yes, it changes. Haha! Really not very much changed, but I broke everything.
Actually, I do kind of dig the nice little overlay there you got.
Thank you.
I do. I like it. It's good.
We're gonna try and make some incremental improvements this year. That's my New Year's resolution, is to slowly
incremental is probably the best term there.
I'm a bit low in volume. I can turn myself up.
Means that you're a little bit sad.
Oh yeah, I am sad.
Oh, I thought he was meaning that he's not, high enough up on the camera, like he needs a crotch shot or something.
I mean, maybe. Okay.
Or he needs to say, "Hello, I'm Eris."
Hello, I'm Eris. Shiver wanted me to do this entire show in a Scottish accent. I told him that is racist and insensitive, and that I wouldn't be party to that kind of skullduggery.
No, you didn't go. You didn't go on with a Scottish accent for several minutes, and then realize you couldn't hold it.
Not at all. Calling me out.
So
okay.
You're wondering, there hasn't been much in the way of news this week, so we're going to piss around for most of the time and take your questions.
Really? I thought there was reasonable amount of news.
Well, we're going to get to the news in a moment. But it is
newsy week. I know.
There is a fair bit of news. I do want to thank our patrons. We had a nice little meetup with our patrons earlier, because we do that sometimes once a month.
Because we don't really want to touch them.
Yeah, I mean,
have you heard they give money to run us?
I know, it's weird. I do also want to wish everyone a happy new year, and I hope all of your new years are filled with new things, and they're very new and shiny. And I hope that they don't decay too much, and I hope they don't get too tarnished and battered and bruised. And
what if it's radiation?
Then
Wouldn't you
it
want
will
that
have
to
a nice
decay
half-life.
quite quickly?
oh yes,
Depends
in
on
the
its
case
half-life.
that your new year is in fact a pile of radiation, I do hope that it
Don't
fades very
discriminate to
quickly.
the Fallout cosplayers.
That's true. That's true. Okay.
Nice.
Throw us some of your questions. We are going to ask a fair number or answer a fair number of questions today. I figure we're going to get to those a bit early. But Nakara, SpaceX, quick, what's up?
Zoom is
Things and
launching. Zoom is launching tomorrow. Falcon Heavy continues to prepare to launch. Static Fire next week. Launch the end of the month. There you go. There's a quick hit for SpaceX.
That was quick.
Oh, yeah, but what does that mean?
What does that mean for me?
Okay, all right. What does it mean to you? Tomorrow, SpaceX is launching the Zuma mission aboard the Falcon 9 at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. That mission is a top secret government mission. Nobody knows what it is. It could be a payload full of farts. We don't know. Now, Falcon
It's all
Heavy
the
is
votes for Hillary.
probably.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help it.
And then
No,
shortly
it's filled
after
with the
that-
30,000 emails.
Oh, fair enough.
There you go.
And then so there's a static fire for Falcon Heavy next week, which is 27 engines lighting up for the first time at the same time. And so that'll be interesting. I think probably a lot of nervous energy around that at SpaceX because it's just
Actually, I think that'd be potential energy.
Ow.
I thought it was
And,
really quite good, to be honest.
Thanks for the host, Griffin Gaming.
Because of a few delays to Zuma, Falcon Heavy's been moved to the end of the month. Zuma was delayed a couple times because the weather in Florida and most of the United States has been garbage.
So, wait, what's tomorrow? Or was it delayed again?
No, it is now tomorrow. It
is
looks
tomorrow.
like it's going to launch.
So are you going to be,
tomorrow at 8 p.m.
Are you going to be streaming that?
I will if I can. Looking unlikely at this point.
Dang.
But we'll see. I will definitely announce it in a Relay Discord if I am.
Yeah. If anyone is wondering where they can find out if we're doing things, Relay Discord is the best place.
Why? What's the Relay Discord?
I believe it's going to show
It's
up
down below.
here in a second. Give it a second. No. One more. Come on. Switch again. Waiting. Come on. Anytime now. You're making me... Nope. One more. You're making me look like an idiot. One more. Anytime now.
So many sex tape
Come
names.
on. There we go! Flawless!
Yep, right on time. You were
And it's gone
incredible in
again.
your ability to predict that.
Yeah, thank you.
Considering you're the one who made it.
I love it when we try new things live on the stream.
That's
So do I.
basically how we do everything.
Okay, so we'll try and stream some of those if we can, but SpaceX does have this horrible habit of launching when we're at work or asleep or dead.
Or otherwise occupied.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit Star Citizen, because I think that's what we're supposed to talk on this cast.
Yep.
So, Shiver, can you send me in Discord the production report? Because I forgot to bring it up. Because I spent so long
I'll do
doing
it right
this.
now.
Well, I'm glad you've got your
Here you go.
priorities right.
I do.
Wait, what? No, that's not the right. What the heck? That's the
Um,
wrong one.
But
They
I
changed
wanted
the URL.
I wanted to take a few seconds to talk about some of Crytek's claims. Yeah, I'm noticing actually that my stream is really unhealthy today. Like every few seconds it dies.
Did you drink too much last night?
I don't know what's going on. Like it keeps
to get
crashing.
someone to check your engine.
I apparently do, but there's nothing that should be taking any bandwidth. It's just
Unstable.
Yeah, really unstable, and I don't know why.
All right, here's the production update for
Sorry.
you, Mr. David.
I'm gonna try and
Also,
figure
everyone
out
else.
why
You know what,
my
they really need to revamp that website. Do something to make it easier to navigate and find the latest URLs.
they really do.
Wow, that was not a segue.
It wasn't, because are we gonna talk about that? I mean,
There's a new website coming and it's going to be better than the last one.
Apparently.
There's an ATV
Presumably.
about the feckin' thing.
Presumably, you'd hope they'd make
Hopefully.
it better rather than worse.
yeah.
I think,
But I've
in
seen it
seriousness, that the site needs to be revamped and a little less
Jank?
easy, little less jank, and for people who are new to the game to actually be able to navigate through and easily find what they want to find.
Now,
I think they kind of need to get rid of all of the autoplay videos and all of the giant pictures and all of the just shit everywhere and like simplify a little bit.
I could see that. I mean, personally, I don't think that the current one is necessarily any very very jank, but I mean, it could definitely be better. And it isn't exactly easy to navigate if you don't know what you're looking for.
Yeah. Okay, so
Sometimes even if you know what you're looking for.
Yeah, that's true.
for anyone that didn't know, I guess like a month ago, Crytek sued CIG.
What?
they
No.
sure did.
Actually, I didn't hear about this.
Really?
What was
What?
that all about?
Really?
Sorry.
How did you miss that?
It was pretty big.
I think he went outside.
Oh,
There was lots of things
were
kind
you
of going
playing?
on.
Were you playing the outside game again?
That too, yeah.
Oh, that's a terrible game. The graphics are shit and the subscription models just suck.
Oh, tell me about
and
it.
permadeath. I mean,
So-
no game has ever succeeded with a permadeath system. Let's be honest.
Yep. So by all means,
Okay, we should probably fill in our.
Yeah.
Our
Okay, so about a month ago, Crytek sued CIG, basically making a bunch of claims saying they weren't allowed to use anything but CryEngines, so switching to Lumberyard was a break of whatever. They made claims that the CryEngine logo was no longer on, which was a breach of whatever. They made claims saying Ortwin Freyermuth, who's one of the co-founders of CIG, had worked with CryEngine, so it was what did they call
Conflict of interest.
Conflict of interest, bunch of stuff. They basically said that CIG was in breach of contract and owed money.
Also, probably one of the most important claims. They claimed that CIG never had the right to make Squadron 42.
Yes, that too.
No updating of the engine received or sent. What was the other one?
that's kind of odd considering the fact that Lumberyard is based on Crytek, as I recall.
It is, but it's technically a different engine, and they were saying basically we want our logo on the
Back on
game and bunch of stuff. Anyway,
At the same time as saying they've switched engines away from CryEngine.
yeah.
All right.
Anyway, it seemed at the time like they were kind of shooting for anything. They also did claim that CIG showed off code in episodes of Bug Smashers,
And
which was
shared
against
it
the
with
law,
Faceware
and
tech.
shared it with Faceware. Anyway, they made a bunch of claims. CIG this week responded, and CIG basically goes to do what you have to in a response to a legal claim and refutes each of those claims individually. But I really like the header for the response of Basically, this complaint sacrifices legal sufficiency for loud publicity. Crytek conceals the actual game license agreement, the GLA, from the court and the press. The GLA eliminates virtually every claim and remedy Crytek seeks. Crytek's admission that the defendants are not even using Crytek's software gets rid of the rest.
Nice.
Basically, CRG are saying, hey, we got a contract, and everything we did is okay in the contract, so bye-bye.
Yeah. Well, not only that, but then they followed it up with, hey, and, you can't say that you want us to say that we're using Crytek when you're also saying we're not using Crytek.
Well,
Like,
and let's go through each claim. So the one claim that CIG was only given permission to make one game, and selling Squadron 42 standalone is in violation of this. The defense is that the GLA defines the game as both Space Citizen and its related space fighter game, Squadron 42. It's in the GLA that the game is both. So, not sure how far you're going to get with that one.
And that was honestly the most damning claim of all of them.
Yeah.
I mean, and it was immediately basically shoved aside.
Yeah. Claim that CIG violated the GLA by switching from CryEngine to Lumberyard and saying that they're not allowed to change engines, whereas CIG is basically saying the GLA says that they're given exclusive rights to use CryEngine, but the right
not to exclusively use CryEngine.
They have the exclusive rights to use it, but they are not exclusively bound to use it. It's slightly different there.
It's one direction, not both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next claim was that CIG is no longer displaying Crytek copyright notices. It only applies if CIG is using CryEngine, which they're not.
Even CryEngine is trying to say they're not. So
yeah, it's kind of dumb. This one I really liked.
Display it, but you're not using it.
The claim that Ortwin was employed by Crytek prior to becoming CIG's attorney and co-founder, so he has a conflict of interest. The defense is that Ortwin received a signed waiver from Crytek dismissing any conflict of interest. Which, yeah, things you want to do when suing someone, check to see if you have signed off. Say, like,
I mean,
it was okay.
It's both of these documents have now got to be seen by someone else who then evaluates them as an independent.
Oh, of course.
And says,
Yeah.
well, that's all right, that's all right, that's not all right, and so on. And then they each have to... At the end of the day, it's probably going to be settled out of court for what? Who knows? Question mark. We will probably never know for sure.
well, I don't even know.
Actually, and this is one instance where CIG, knowing that Crytek is in financial trouble, might just be like, no.
They're even in the one of the documents. It does say in regards to Autumn Freyermouth, they've got the signed waiver, and by not removing this alleged misconduct in your claim, we're actually gonna make movement against you for that. It is an aggressive comeback.
Yeah.
Which, there's nothing wrong with an aggressive comeback. That's just Ortwin's lawyering style.
Yeah.
Well, it makes sense in this case because they're trying to basically say, like, hey, yeah, come at us. We're going to go back at you. You want to keep this going?
Yep.
Also, they did mention, probably one of the interesting parts in this that isn't really that important to the actual lawsuit, but it does mention in the filings that CIG does have the right to make other Star Citizen games.
Yep.
And this thing, the example they gave was very interesting to me. The example they gave was a Fleet Battle RTS,
Which would be great.
That'd be kind of cool.
Would be fantastic.
Would be amazing. Let's hope that gets made, quite frankly.
I really
who knows,
wish to do a game like that where I was some sort of race escaping from my home world, and it wasn't actually my home world. It turned out in some bizarre twist.
That sounds oddly familiar. So, who knows? They might. Who knows where they'll go with the game, right? Wouldn't that be interesting if they start incorporating aspects like that into the one they're currently developing?
It would. Anyway, it was nice to see CIG's response because it basically, in my mind, tells Crytek to go fuck themselves. But hey,
And to cover what NVIDIA 101 is saying, if it's settled out of court, no, Crytek won't have to give CIG money. I expect that will probably be. There's no reason for Crytek to have to give up money.
I don't see CIG just like letting Crytek get away with nothing. If
I can, because it's just easier.
I would see them not
follow up.
Maybe not money. Maybe not money.
That isn't even able to pay their staff.
The problem is chasing money that doesn't exist.
I don't see that. I don't think CIG would chase money. I think they would
legal fees. Yeah.
I think they might not even chase legal fees. What I do think that they could and should chase is something from Crytek apologizing for the lawsuit, saying that it was frivolous, and saying that they won't try this shit again.
There's no such thing as a legally enforceable way to get an apology off someone.
Well, either
not enforceable, no.
Not enforceable, no. But either you apologize for us, or we're going to go after you for legal fees.
Yeah,
and we're going to sue you for.
It's actually something that people do.
You're a bitch.
No, it's actually it's completely understandable. Like that's actually something that's like, hey, look, don't
CIG.
You're basically causing.
CIG basically using their in-house lawyers though.
No, they're just I think Orwin's probably running the case.
But I mean, the fact
I made myself a cup of coffee. You're going to pay for that. I had a biscuit. Oh, you better believe you're paying for that.
Actually, it's more. They did say, hey, look, you're trying to file frivolous lawsuits, so we will countersue you. Especially because then they could follow it up with like, look, you're causing us a loss of income because of the bad press you've given us.
Yep.
So I wouldn't be surprised if they basically said, look, okay, you sign this nice little piece of paper that says you're going to drop this nonsense. And you issue a public apology, and we'll forget any of this ever happened.
Or else.
Or else we'll come after you too. Yeah. And since they're already going to
cry in Crytek.
Yes.
Okay, so next topic of conversation for today. Also, please, guys, ask us some questions. We've only got like 3, and one of them is what we just talked about.
Oh yeah.
Yes, Mr. Square Peg, Ortwin do be Ortwinning. Do be is whatever. Okay, so we did also get a schedule report this week, which was pretty cool. Nakara, do you want to go through the schedule report and highlight the most interesting and phenomenal aspects of it, being careful to underline any inconsistencies or variables that could, subjugate the... I'm going to stop talking now. Go ahead.
What are you going to be subjugating here?
I don't know.
He's trying to be all lawyerly.
All right. Well, this actually, I personally thought that this schedule report might be a bit of a splash of cold water for some people. I think this one's a little more realistic than some of their previous attempts have been. So basically, what it says is 3.1 will be a patch focused on making the game work. It's basically polish and performance and stability for server and client. With probably some other things thrown in, but mostly stability. Making the game more playable. For the June release, so remember, these are quarterly releases, so there's going to be one the end of March, one the end of June, one the end of September, and one the end of December. For 3.1, it's stability. For 3.2, or whatever they're going to call the June release, the plan is, and remember, these are plans, the plan is to have the first version of mining, salvage, mobile refueling, and repair in the game. Woohoo! Also, the ability for players to create their own missions, for example, hiring mercenaries, hiring transport ships, and also refueling missions. On the AI side, the plan is to improve both ship and FPS AI for both missions as well as general activity on space and planetary bases. For September, remember, end of September, basically object container streaming. That is their goal. up until this point in late September, there may not be many additions to the Crusader system or the Stanton system beyond what we currently have, because that is apparently their big goal here. Object container streaming will allow CIG to start expanding the Stanton system with additional destinations while managing memory usage better. I think what they were finding was that they couldn't add more locations because object container streaming wasn't working, so it made the game run worse and worse and worse and worse. In that September delivery, they're also planning to introduce or start introducing the mechanics for land claims, which is actually very early and a bit of a surprise to me and others.
I'm kind of worried by that. One of the things that we still don't really have an idea of is how often they're going to do like system and economy resets. And
pretty damn often.
But I worry about like having to gain all the capital to do a land claim, doing a land claim, and then like a week later it all resets. Right? Like
Yep.
Why would you want to, right? There has to be, I don't know. I'm hoping that they can give us some kind of an idea of how often they're planning on resetting progress, because if you know that your progress is going to stick around for 6 months or a year, you're a lot more likely to push for something than if it could disappear tomorrow.
You're referring to pre-release, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah, no, I mean after release it won't reset ever.
Right.
But
well, yeah, but there still might be a decay. So.
Yeah, so that is a fairly early feature. That same release will also consolidate and polish all the new features from the prior milestone, which was the implementation of most of the professions. The final milestone of the year in December will basically work on expanding the Stanton system and allowing players to basically utilize more of the system with lots more missions and places to explore, that kind of thing.
So if this happens this way, it kind of sounds to me like this year will be getting all of the game systems up and running, and then like it's almost like this year is getting everything in. Maybe next year would be beta, because once you have all of the game systems in more or less, then you start refining them and adding more content.
I don't think this is all the game systems, but I think
it's not all of them.
Good
but it's,
headway.
Yeah, it's sort of a
good chunk of the core. Yeah.
There would be a game loop.
Now,
Tofu der Fleischer says, so no more patches whatsoever until March. No, they're still going to do quality of life patches on the current patch and little things, but the next major patch.
These are the major patches, the content patches. So probably the biggest thing that I noticed about this is that there is some sort of blockade to them being able to complete, for them currently being able to expand the size of the Star Citizen universe, which it seems to be object container streaming, which makes a lot of sense. So Stanton won't be significantly expanded until at least September, but probably December. So that's going to be interesting to see how people, perceive that. But
now, do you think, because object container streaming is really essential, especially for the larger ships, do you think that means we're not going to see the larger ships until after object container streaming? Object container streaming is out.
Very possibly not.
I mean, yeah, that could be the holdup for a lot of things, is that sort of streaming process.
But just to clarify, that doesn't mean like just because object container streaming is coming in December, if they can't implement, say, Carrack or anything as large and above up in game, doesn't mean they're not working on it. Doesn't mean the Carrack is just left in dust or anything. They can still carry work on and get it to the point where it can go into the game.
Well, look at the Idris; it's basically done.
Yeah,
exactly.
It breaks the game, but it's
it's a matter of trying to get it to load onto a computer when or dynamically load.
They can put it in. You can load up StarCitizen.exe, and if they've put it in those files, you can spawn in an Idris and probably crash and burn even worse than we are now.
Probably.
Mm-hmm. And then you have things like the Bengal or the Kingship, which are just that much bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or the Retribution. Oh my god.
I'm still curious about that whole bit, especially considering some of the early stuff where they've talked about the ability to perhaps refurbish Bangles, or at least one out there somewhere. I mean, does that mean that every single room in that thing would actually be?
Yes. Yeah. Well, if you look at what they were talking about with the procedural planet tech.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean,
and they could very easily do something like that when it comes to actually procedurally generating the rest of the inside of a Bengal. Oh yeah, it's just incredible to kind of think about it in that.
Well, they've also said that like Shubin is how many kilometers long now?
6.
And has a fully fleshed out interior.
Does it?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yep. Shubin's interior is fully fleshed out. You can go anywhere in it. Apparently, according to the last knowledge I had.
I mean, a lot of it is it's an industrial station, so
it's corridors.
Large portions of it are machinery. But,
yeah, right.
I mean, you can still see the machinery. It's right there. They didn't just make empty space and say that the machinery is behind that wall.
Right.
When you're playing Squadron and you're on Shubin, if you want to take a 6-kilometer long walk around the whole thing, you totally can. I know I will, probably. Not on purpose either.
You get lost.
Where am I?
But that's one of the things that makes like a Bengal and finding it and fixing it up so interesting is that. Yeah. But what do you do with it?
Yeah. Well, that's kind of where it gets into the whole game.
That's not the problem.
Well, that is the problem because that is a problem because
that's true.
I find myself a Bengal and I start fixing it up and then I go to bed.
Well, that's kind of part of what the gameplay to it is.
You're going to need to have like a shift.
Need to be crewed 24/7.
Yeah.
By someone.
Well, I mean, they said that it'd be something for like a larger organization.
But even if you have an organization of like thousands of members, you're still going to have to find ways to have members on and crewing the Bengal at all times. Not just on doing whatever they want. They have to be there on the Bengal.
Isn't that cool? I mean, that's really cool.
I think it's kind of cool.
That's
I think
whole metagaming thing going on, unify everything, and you got to get on your phone or Spectrum.
A long time ago, I joined a competitive clan for Battlefield 2142.
Oh,
and I played with a competitive clan for it, but like they had tryouts for positions. So you were good enough to get into the clan, and then they had tryouts for like sniper or pilot or this or that. So every single person had their assigned job.
Yep.
To do.
Yeah, actually, I did the same thing with Battlefield 2. It was good times because there was like I forget. They were doing this whole scenario too. So like you had the different armies and everything, and like the armies had their own groups in it.
Yeah.
And so I ended up joining into one of the armies and then ended up joining into one of the groups. And then they basically were like, why don't you go over here and try out for this group? And that's how I ended up, my team didn't like me because I ended up playing, red team a little bit versus them. Well, it's because so long story short, they picked me for the quote unquote special forces. And so I ran around with basically everyone that was like some of the better people that were playing. And then they just sometimes call us up and be like, hey, can you guys, red team for us? Yeah, sure. Why not? So they all stack up. And I'm like, you guys are stacking up too much. And they're like, no, we're fine. I'm like, yeah, you guys are. No, we're fine. Chink. No,
Bang.
you
Yep.
aren't.
But that's the kind of thing that's going to happen
Yeah.
with orgs with like a Bengal. It's like, okay, you want to join our org? You are going to be on a Bengal from this time to this time. And we're going to have a giant Excel spreadsheet with all the members and all their time availabilities. And like, you have to be every Tuesday from 7 to 9 p.m. UTC, right. You have to be on that Bengal. The rest of the time you can go do whatever you want. But at that time, that is your shift on the Bengal. You got to be there.
Just think about all the people that
look at all this potential fun you can have. I'm going to take that all away from you and give you a timetable.
Welcome to being in a clan.
There's going to have to be people that are actually setting up these timetables on top of that and like running the logistics for this sucker. So you're actually going to have people that are assigned to run cargo runs because the Bengal carrier. Yeah.
Well, you're going to have to bring food onto the Bengal.
You're all very, very trusting people. That's all I want to just add in. It only takes one person in the right place to steal your Bengal.
Well, that's at the right place, yeah.
I mean, I think it takes more than one person, but...
I do have a real hard time stealing a Bengal with one guy.
You'd need more than one person.
A mutiny. You would need one person to finish the plan, but it only takes one person to start the plan and fuck it up.
But you'd need someone with, like, access to drive the Bengal. New person in the clan wouldn't have access to that,
well,
and then we're going to get up to the point...
Gather around, my children. Let me tell you about the Eve clan known as Bob. They were an amazing clan. They were Goon Swarm's rivals, right? And you had Goon Swarm who used numbers and T1 and Boosh, and then you had Bob. Mighty Bob, who used the cutting edge, had tactics, had Excel spreadsheets to say when you can and cannot come on and play Eve. And it took one guy to take that fucking group down just by going, right, all that, give that to Goons. And, like, you fucking love and hate that at the same time.
Oh, yeah. The difference is I don't think that it's going to be quite as simple. I mean, it's not like there's just going to be the button like, hey, transfer ownership of Bengal.
Why not?
Because that's
there
not
is an Eve, and Eve ships are actually worth real money, technically.
Yeah.
Do you think
real life value?
Do you think that Star Citizen ships won't be worth real money? If I find a Bengal...
Oh, God, I really hope that when we have release, no, they're not.
People will find a Bengal and won't go online and be like, I will sell the location of this Bengal for $1,000.
I know that's...
Not only that, but people will infer it anyway because you can buy UEC. So they'll just go, oh, that ship is 2 million UEC, then it's this many dollars.
Yeah.
True enough. Yeah,
so right there. That and the other difference I was going to say is that with Eve, you only have one person controlling a ship.
Yeah.
With Star Citizen, they've already shown that there's going to be multiple people that can crew, and that's the reason I don't think it's going to be like one button click, which is why I think it was possible in Eve to pull off. But with Star Citizen, I don't think it'll be quite so simple. I think it'll actually require a coup.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he doesn't.
And I'm not saying it's not
Chris
possible.
Roberts doesn't want the too nasty side of Eve, like giving away Bob in a single button, but he does want that gameplay in there.
Exactly. Which is why I think that, like, I believe personally that it'll be less of something we'll see from like the Eve perspective, where it was like one person in the org being able to fuck everything up, and it would require a group of people. So it actually requires something more like a solid coup. And that's not to say that it wouldn't be possible.
Or mutiny.
Well, that's similar, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right in the instance, yeah.
I mean, it's really just semantics at that point. But yeah, I mean...
Yeah, I just thought coup means the whole org's gone, and I was just thinking of the one ship maybe could mutiny as well, but I suppose a Bengal would be an entire org's worth of people.
Yeah, I mean,
you're probably not going to have any at least for quite a while, you probably won't have any orgs that actually have multiple capital ships of that size.
I don't think we'll see it for years, because they're talking about maybe a couple Bengals being around. The idea that one org would get both and be able to crew them both. And
You'd have to.
There
Well,
are
that's the other
players
problem
out
too.
there
Is
that
like,
have already got multiple cap ships.
Well, sure,
well,
but I
crap
mean,
ships,
of
but
that size.
you can't buy a Bengal. You have to.
No, true.
You have to either find one and repair it, which would be an enormous job, or steal one from the UAE Navy.
Yeah,
Frickin'
I really hope someone
I
does
wanna
it.
try that one.
I really
I
hope
wanna
someone
try
does it.
Yeah.
I'm
Like
sure
if there's
there'll be
one thing
many
I really
attempts.
want to try, it's like steal everything from the UAE.
The only thing is, this
One bolt at a time.
people will be somewhat less. I think people will love Risk a little bit less in Star Citizen because of Death of a Spaceman.
I want 2 accounts for that reason. That's actually been my goal all along. I want 2. I want one where I'm doing all the nefarious crap, you know, being a smuggler,
and you're on your like 85th different character.
I mean, mind you, neither one of them will be like, I'm going to be a dick, because that's not really my play style. But yeah, like I would totally steal shit from UE or smuggle and whatnot from on one, and then be a bounty hunter on the other.
Has anyone asked us a question yet?
I have no
We've
idea.
got a few.
Can I ask a very quick question?
Yes.
No.
Right, Skyrim, Zelda, you attack a chicken, and then everyone in the process hates you.
Holy chicken
Do you think
dick.
do you think there will be an equivalent in Star Citizen?
Yeah.
God, I hope.
If you attack any from Relay,
No one will give a shit.
No, I actually. I mean, that's the whole thing, right? There's a big part of Star Citizen that is the speed of information movement.
Yeah.
So distress calls will be a thing. So will you can outrun your bounties even, like if you continue to move faster than your bounty is transmitted from
actually
system to
no.
system.
Shiver. If anyone attacks Fastcart,
Yeah, right.
Yes. Yes.
if anyone attacks Fastcart, they're gonna be
Okay, mark
fucked.
right there.
Yes.
They're gonna be fucked.
Yeah, he has a loyal following. That one.
Yeah. Yeah.
What will your ship
TLDR.
call?
Don't attack Fastcart.
All right, I'm gonna ask the first question.
Okay.
Eris, what will your ship be called from Captain PNS?
Pianist?
PNS.
Oh, Captain Penis. Yeah, I know Captain Penis.
Yep. What will your ship be called, David?
I don't know. I've got a number of ships. It's hard to say what one of them will be called.
Are you going to give it something really weird and out there, aren't you?
No, that's
No.
me.
Is it? Okay.
No, I'm thinking that my freelancer will be the Halcyon. Or maybe the Endeavor. What?
It's just like I said, something weird and out there.
How's that
Who
weird and
uses
out
that?
there?
How often do you use that word in casual conversation?
Fairly often.
All right. That doesn't surprise me either.
Oh, man.
Mm.
Well, at least one of my ships will be known as the Nar.
NARR?
No, it's
GNAWR.
It's KNARR, and it is a Viking merchant ship.
Isn't that the name of an Italian pasta sauce company? Knorr?
Probably.
Well, that's an O, though.
That
Use
that
A
that
in
wouldn't be
this
Italian.
instance.
I don't actually remember what the name of the Garbage Woman's reclaimer was. It's been so long since I wrote any Garbage
Oh.
Woman.
I knew it for a long time. What the heck is it? Hey, community, what's the name of the Garbage Woman's reclaimer?
I have no idea.
Shiver, what's the name of your ship?
Yeah, shiver. Let's hear it.
I'm thinking I'm going to call the Polaris the Sentinel.
Oh yeah, nice.
And Silence.
So I'm probably gonna have at least one ship named the Spice Weasel.
Nice.
And if I can name the little why the crap did I just forget what the hell that's called? The computer.
Argo?
No. If you
Moby-Glass.
can name your there you go. If you can name your Moby-Glass, I'm totally going to name that thing Goaty or Gotti. Yeah. If anyone knows that reference.
What?
No.
All right.
No. Different one than probably one you're thinking of. Different one, Nakara. That's Goat C, and I'm not talking about that.
No, even the one. Anyway.
Oh my
gonna
god,
type
find
this
a
over.
black hole in Star Citizen and name it Goatsy.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh
God.
do it.
It's happening again. I hate you all.
You're welcome.
Man, I
Why
really
does every
should.
conversation we have involve
What's
Goatsy?
Again.
I should really write some more.
Yes, you should.
How long? Yeah, you were working on something in April of last year, weren't you?
Yeah, I was working on tying all of my various series together. Garbage Woman, Sick Transit, and the other one. Sick Transit? I don't even remember.
David,
Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
there's a request in our sheet here that says, "Can you always say something in Twitch chat when the stream starts so people can at you?"
I actually do.
There you go.
If like the first thing I said today in Twitch chat was it was a long time ago now. It's not even shown there anymore. But was hello.
Hello.
Ah, crap.
The next
so yeah.
question we in Sword.
SquarePeg asks, "Have you seen CIG's response to the Crytek lawsuit?" Here's the summary.
Yes, we have.
Yeah, we have. We
Yes.
talked about it. Idris Carrier asks, "Will we get weekly ATV studio updates back?" Probably.
I think so.
I think they came back this week, and there wasn't enough time this week to put together like a full
Yep.
thing. They got to actually have some work done before they,
Can
give us
show
an
us
update.
anything.
Idris Carrier also asks, "Will you miss Burndown?"
No.
No. You know what I miss?
It was way too long. Like we expected it to be a couple weeks, and it was like 4 months.
Yeah.
And-
I miss Witch Glitch.
Yes, I want
Yes.
Witch Glitch. Give me Witch Glitch.
Yep.
Hey CIG, if you're watching, Witch Glitch.
Witch Glitch
Glitch.
was short and entertaining. Yeah, I miss Witch Glitch.
And it's not like not like the game's bug free right now.
Yeah.
Bloopers, bring back the bloopers.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Flint, I'm
she
glad
did
to
not
see that
sing
I'm
that
not
song
the
right
one.
first time.
Wait, what? Which song?
For the anniversary specials, they were doing a Star Citizen themed 12 Days of Christmas counting down. And there's no way they got that right first time or didn't break into laughter. And I want to enjoy
totally.
the laughter with them.
Yeah, There's
like
probably
bloopers.
100 bloopers for that one segment.
I always
I
like.
miss Reverse the Verse.
Do you guys know the?
Yeah.
Have you guys ever heard the Canadian version of the 12 Days of Christmas?
Which one? Because if it's the one, if it's the hedgehog in a...
No, it's the beer in a tree.
Oh, okay.
I like
I think
that.
that most of the Canadian ones that I've heard so far have been ass. They need to improve those.
Probably.
They need to de-ask them.
Yeah. I miss Ben. Quite frankly.
Me too.
Yeah.
Like, I miss Ben and Alexis and Matt Sherman and...
Disco Lando.
Well, no, because we still
I
get
do miss-
Disco. I miss...
I don't see him interacting with Ben and things
Yeah.
like that.
I miss the screen performance Disco. Like, there's the on screen I'm an actor Disco. I miss the ridiculous Disco.
Hanging out with the devs when they
Yeah.
made it seem a bit more human.
Yeah, I miss Toast as well.
You missed the disco that threw you over his shoulder at CitizenCon.
Several times, yes. No, I miss just the devs hanging out. I mean, ATV's great, but yeah, I'd like having them hang out again. I also have to say, I really miss Chris Roberts.
How so?
Well, for $350, you could have a meal with
Don't
Oh,
you know what, CIG? I really enjoy that you send something out to concierge people. It's really nice of you. It's nice that you seem to care that there are concierge. But guess what? Here's a little tiny factoid for you. Little bit of information that you might not have realized. Most of your people that back your game don't live in LA!
Aye, come on, lad, let's go out for curry in Manchester.
That's bloody fucking stupid!
That'll only be 25 quid each for a nice tikka masala. Have the curry with Chris. Share a poppadom.
So.
And 350 bucks for a fucking dinner? What the fuck? That's one of those things. This is one of those things that you put out there, and it gets out, and people are going to be like, oh, now they're not even charging for fake spaceships. They're charging me $350 for a meal. Oh, it's perfect attack material. God fucking damn it.
It's brilliant, though, because you'll go there and it'll be this cordon bleu stove with like half a cracker and a quarter of a piece of a salmon whatever with a teaspoon's worth of cream cheese from the fridge, and you'll be like, oh, I'm eating so well. And then you just look at Chris, who's got these chili dogs and chips and burgers.
I view it in less than a bad light than some other people do, but I can see the problems with.
Sorry.
They can only. I mean, there's 60 tickets.
It's a 42-course meal. Thank you, Seven Health.
That would be amazing.
It would be good.
But your courses would be so small.
Yes, it would be. They'd be a bite.
I don't know. It slightly bugs me, just also because like they've announced a bunch of other pop-up things, and they're in LA, and then they've got this, and it's in LA. Like everything, I know that they're in LA, but maybe they should have like an email sent just to people in LA.
Fair enough.
Like something.
Upset people.
I mean, it would be nice if, like, you could go out for poutine with the guys from Turbulent. If I could go for fish and chips with someone from Manchester.
Why not blood pudding?
Oh, that
Anyway.
would be disgusting.
Anyway, let's get back to the questions. Carbide Edge. Carbide Edge asks, is Relay looking to have some possible interviews or guests with CIG devs come on the show? I'd like that. I think we're going to ask again this year. It's been a while. We've been really disorganized and moving and busy, and life has been hell. But yeah, we're going to ask. We'll see if any of them will consent to deal with me, because I don't blame them for not.
Neither do I.
Is this why I have to do these emails?
Yes.
No, I'm gonna start asking again. Life has settled down. I have a house. The house is mostly furnished. I'm trying to make improvements to the podcast and trying to stream on Tuesdays. I'm trying to get things to be better. And yeah, I'm gonna try and get.
Quit drinking?
Fuck no.
Can I answer the next question very, very quickly?
Yar.
With the meltdown patch, are we going to see game performance? This is the issue with Intel AMD ARM CPUs. With the meltdown patch, reducing processor performance 5 to 30%, are we going to see huge hits in game performance? No. Game performance is one thing that basically will not be impacted for the most part. Star Citizen maybe a bit, but even then, like, real world indications have shown not a significant impact.
Real world, like they did a bunch of testing, like faked testing of like this is what it might do, but Google and Amazon have implemented the patches and have basically said, yeah, there's basically no hit.
To their specific workloads. They were a lot more specific about that. They said, to our specific workloads, there's no impact.
virtual machining is going to be hit quite severely, but you don't. It's very if you don't know what virtual machining is, you don't need to worry about it.
Yeah.
Also, the only concern I have is about Star Citizen, but that's only because we're in alpha right now, and we're currently running into this issue with storage being the choke point for performance in a lot of cases, which is really weird. Hopefully that all gets dealt with. Actually, object container streaming might help with that a lot, actually. Regardless, I don't really see this having much or any impact on gaming. So no.
So, to sum it up, do not go out and buy completely new hardware
No.
if everything's running
Please
fine.
don't.
Yeah.
If you're running fine, just continue to run fine. You'll be good.
Most people, and it's not even saying most people doesn't even do it justice. Like 99.9.
Most people and Craig.
Most people, it being 99.9 repeating % of users, will not see an issue. It sounded really bad.
We'll find out in the coming weeks which workloads are impacted, and then we'll have more answers. But really,
Yeah.
it's kind of a little early days. Microsoft's patch is coming out on Tuesday, and then there's a bunch of BIOS updates and firmware updates that need to come out from various vendors all over the place. The only thing I might say is watch the read what's happening, and watch to see if anybody actually tests older, like my generation Intel CPUs, the 3rd generation, because apparently they're the worst affected. Because the 4th generation onwards had some mitigation to this problem.
Basically, the entire problem here is the hashtag libmedia, hashtag fake news.
Please don't do that. You're not Donald Trump.
Wait, really?
Well, no, but,
But my hair is so...
pretty clearly.
Your hair is better than his.
I mean,
No
he
shit.
does actually get the
A
point across
dead
clearly that
poodle's
that's
hair
a
is-
problem. And I mean, that's been a problem, unfortunately, is the people that just kind of they're grasping at straws. Let's find a problem, and that's actually again why I can totally see the idea of the dinner thing. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's my complaint with... Well, no,
Fuel.
my complaint is,
Fuel
one,
for fire.
it's impossible for me to get there, and so far it's been impossible for me to get to anything that they've done, and it would be really nice for them to just announce that they will do something somewhere else at some point. That'd be nice to know. Like, hey, we'll be up in Canada at some point. That's all I care about.
Or
you know what-
even if they do like online concierge events, so
Yeah.
everyone can attend.
Well, you know what else they could try doing is something like just before CitizenCon. I mean, do it like a couple days before or even after CitizenCon, because then people are going to be
Isn't there usually a bar citizen that happens on the same day as CitizenCon? And
Yeah, there is.
right.
But,
I mean,
and there's the day after.
but do a concierge thing then.
Yeah,
Because
that's what I mean.
I don't get any. I basically get none of. They're proliferating all these vaunted. Oh, we're treating concierge better because you guys have treated us well. Well, guess what? I don't have a single benefit from what you guys are doing for concierge because I can't make it to any single of your pop-up events or your these things or that thing. Like I can't go to them.
Now, to be clear, I mean, other than that one, I don't think that they should stop doing them.
No.
But they need to do more things that are inclusive of the entire group.
Yeah,
of
and for that one, it's mainly the one. It's the same problem of we can't get to it, and two, that's a lot of money to spend for a dinner. It's a lot of money.
It really depends on what it is. I mean, it's also
it does say that it's a dinner in the office, like in the office.
It is catered though, but who knows? But the other thing is alcohol is paid for. It sounds like.
Oh, okay. That's a bit more worth it.
You could just have 1,000 drinks and you'd be,
What if I don't
totally
drink?
fine. Then
I mean, I don't
are
drink,
getting a
but what
bad
if I
deal.
don't drink?
Okay, let's move on. Let's move on to the next question. Christians in Space.
I just want to say thank you to Christians in Space the musical. That is my favorite username ever.
Christians in Space, the musical asks, or says, like an Eve, would being able to stockpile dead bodies be technically viable or feasible? Right now in Star Citizen, you find dead non-player bodies around wrecks in space all the time. I think that's a very niche market that, if tapped into, would unlock much monetary potential. Hang on. You're a genius, Christians in Space, the musical. This is the next required job in Star Citizen. Body collector.
No, literally, maniac.
Literally,
So,
no.
So kind of like a body snatcher then.
But think about it, because Death of a Spaceman says that eventually you will die, and your next of kin or someone will take your place and you'll be dead. Well, what if you want the stuff back from that person? Should you not have to pay someone else to go and collect your body, collect the proof of death, and whatever they find at the site? I think that would be a damn cool job to have in Star Citizen. Of
only
body
you have to
collector.
have this really weird encounter with your own previous corpse.
Right?
Only. It's almost like a corpse run, right, from WoW.
Right. Yeah. Actually, I was thinking EverQuest, but yeah, I think saying a corpse run from EverQuest would be even more appropriate in this case.
But what I want to see, though, if they do that, if that ever happened in the game, whoever is doing these corpse collections should be running a fertilizer plant.
Well, you did it all the time in Diablo too, right? You died in Diablo 2. You had to go and find your corpse.
Oh, even better.
You went
Ultima
to
Online.
find your literal body
Let's
pick
see Ultima Online
the gear that you were wearing when you died off your body and put it back on to go die again. That is gruesome. How did I never think about this?
Did you ever play Ultima Online?
No, just Diablo.
Oh yeah, the fun.
Okay, so seven hells, so seven and then hells, seven and hells, set in hells,
seven and
hells. Sorry, seven hells asks. Does relay_SC have an org? We do, but
it's private.
Talk to any of our patrons who get to see the inside workings of Relay. We do not have the organizational or mental capacities to run an actual org. We are bloody morons.
What the fuck would you do in a Relay org?
No, straight up, we might have a Relay org later, but right now we're too busy with trying to run Relay. We'll probably have one down.
We have one.
We do. It's just private.
Do anything with it?
We'll probably open it up and start like accepting people into it, and it'll be another place to hang out. It was actually something that we really wanted to do if CIG didn't shit the goddamn fucking bed when it comes to Spectrum, and if they just hashtag mobile first. If they made it an actual competitor to Discord, but it's not. Why would we switch over to Spectrum when Discord exists? Oh, right, we won't.
Not until they, the fact that it's not on mobile devices makes it kind of useless.
Completely useless.
Are you sure that it's not, also referring to the idea of being, a news organization in the game?
Well, that's what we do want to be, but even that we're not entirely sure how to do, because we can barely be a news organization out of game, much less a news organization in the game. We need we need professional help,
because that's going to be much easier. That's going to be much easier every week to get a load of news.
Yeah, it's true. True. Okay.
So much news.
Squarepeg asks, what are your thoughts on the Concierge letter?
Could you sum it up in 4 words or less?
Hashtag.
God.
Fucking piece of bullcrap. Idris Carrier asks, should CIG release landing zones before we can visit them in the PU, just like they did with ArcCorp some years ago? No.
I'm pretty sure bullcrap is 2 words.
I thought there was a hyphen in between, so I made it
Just-
one.
Oh, I
Just
suppose that's
smash
true.
that sucker together.
Well, maybe
Yeah.
unless you said bullshit, because I think bullshit is one word.
Sorry,
Bullshit.
to Tofu Dare
Which is why
Fleischer, I
I
am
said
a
bull
bit
crap was
bitchy
one
today.
word.
I
I don't think
apologize.
so.
I think it's probably one of those words that can be used as one word or two words.
We're flexible.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, that was sort of my. I think that was probably the worst part of that particular concierge update. Was it was like, here's all the stuff rich people get, and then here's all the stuff rich people get that are in LA.
Yeah. And it's again mostly rich people who in LA. And I hate to say it, but I don't have actual metrics on it, but I'm pretty sure that like a very small fraction of rich people are in LA. I know a lot of the rich people that I know, in fact, are not in LA. In fact, all of the rich.
You live in Ottawa.
Yeah. No, but like, I mean, I know rich people in Texas and in Ottawa and in Calgary and in the UK and in you know, various fucking places. And I know there are probably a lot in LA as well. And I know that it's easier because CIG studios are in LA, but do one in Texas, do one in Montreal, do one in the UK, do one in Manchester, do things other places, please. As a concierge, and you're supposed to be listening to us concierge, do them in other places so that other people can go. Yes, NVIDIA 101, I know all the rich people. I know everyone.
Another fact is,
Can someone please
we
clip
don't
that?
want to pay $350 for a meal with Chris. I mean, he's not Melissa Estrada. It's as simple as that.
No, straight up, if it was in Montreal, I would be considering paying $350 to go there, hang out with the Turbulent devs for a day, meet Chris. It wouldn't be an easy decision, but I would be considering it. I would be wondering, you know what? It would be, hang on, maybe there's a ship that I don't really want that I can melt and pay for it with credit. I don't really, I mean, I could get rid of my Orion. I could get rid of a few ships and basically have it for free. I wouldn't object to that. Like, I would consider it.
I mean, one thing to bear in mind, if they have it in Manchester, right? Say it's $350. On top of that, I've got to pay nearly 90 quid now just to get to Manchester on a fucking train that isn't guaranteed to appear, to be treated like a piece of... It's almost as bad as an airplane, to be quite honest.
Wait, airplanes don't show up?
So my issue here is that I don't think they should be trying to make a profit off these events, because the whole point of them is to thank concierge members for their, you know, they're already
spending thousands of dollars.
You've got to pay $350 to reap that thanks.
Here's my issue with it. $350 times 60 people is $21,000.
Yeah.
There is no way it costs $21,000 to feed 60 people.
Unless it's like
They
a
are
top
Americans.
shelf full bar. I mean,
But even still, I bet you like a tenth of that would probably cover it.
it depends on what you have for the top shelf booze. I mean, I know for certain that there's a few that'll cost you a few thousand just for a bottle.
Well, totally. But do you think they're going to be serving those to 60
Probably
people
not.
and all
Probably
the employees?
not. I mean,
And-
don't get me wrong.
For $350, though, does that include the blow and hookers?
Seriously.
So that's my biggest beef, is I don't think they should be making profit on it, and I don't see how they're spending $21,000 on that day.
You think they'd be serving beef?
I think that we already have enough beef with it.
I'll just chop that off then.
Okay, so we're not going to answer the next question because it's basically the same as the current question.
I have a question. Where the fuck did Eris go?
Oh, he just wanders off from time to time.
I know. I'm just kidding.
He's going for a walk. He may be
right.
sometime.
He's just cooling down. Deep breaths.
The next,
cleansing breaths.
The next question is
Deep cleansing
from
breaths.
Idris Carrier. Oh no, we already answered that one. So the next question we didn't need to answer. Next question, Idris Carrier just says Beefcast?
What?
Beefcast?
I think David should do a beef cast because he seems to have a lot of beef these days.
I wouldn't mind doing a beef cast again, actually. You know what? Interest carrier? I'll
just for you.
I'll talk to some people. I'll see if maybe we can start doing like a once monthly beef cast.
No one ever asks about the relay table.
Seriously.
Yeah, that's the problem. We have so many things that we're supposed to do more often, and time is hard.
More
Time
questions.
is really hard. It's a wibbly wobbly, timey wimey kind of disaster.
It's true. What?
No, don't. No.
Yeah. So that is the end of the questions that we will answer.
Okay, so there's like 17 minutes left. We either need more questions or for David to start just like dancing or something.
Oh! What are hopes and expectations for this year, everyone?
Ooh. I think Eris should go first.
Mm.
I hope that this year CIG will stick to their stated goal of having a once every 3 months patch. I don't care what's in it. I just want to see them hit that goal. I also expect, actually no, I require very soon, actually, the stated production report for Squadron 42. I expect, I require by the end of the year some sort of release date or release schedule for Squadron 42. I expect to be let down again. I also expect to be completely fucking blown away again. I expect, or I hope that this year there won't be any added, like, when procedural planets were added and were shown off as a thing that we can do, that was great. I was happy, and I'm glad they did it. And the way I can see it, they are now on their way with the systems that they have to meeting most, if not all, of these stretch goals. I sincerely hope that nothing else gets added, nothing drastic and game-changing and things that need complete rewrites of any of the systems get added. I don't want to see any more features. I don't want to see... I don't even know. I don't even know what they could add.
That's the
Honestly.
thing.
Oh, I'm sure they could add a lot.
I'm sure that they
Death
could add
collectors.
things, but I don't want to see it. I want to see the game just exist. I just want to see the game exist, and I want to see progress on the game and see that... You know what I really want? Hang on. I really hope this year to get to the point where I can go to my friends, the people that have bought Star Citizen and bought it 6 years ago on my recommendation. I mean, I know it's only 5 years, but we're in 2018, 6 years ago. They bought it 6 years ago during the Kickstarter on my recommendation. I hope, I expect, and I really fucking want to get to the point where I can go to them this year and say, hey, yeah, Star Citizen's fun. You should download it and play it.
Yep.
Because to this point, I have always basically said, man, I fucking love it. It's great, but don't play it. Don't fucking play it.
Not yet.
Not yet. And I hope to get to the point where I no longer have to say not yet. It doesn't have to be done. It doesn't have to be out and launched and released. But I want to... What?
Are we at that point now?
No.
What about now?
No.
Now?
No.
We're there now.
No.
We're there now.
No.
No,
What about
not
now?
now.
No.
Then
This
now.
conversation is basically a microcosm of the entirety of Star Citizen's existence.
Where's my game, Harris? Where's my game?
You hit it.
Where's my game?
Shiver. Not now. Then now.
Oh, then now, right?
Yeah.
What?
Then
Later
right.
now? Sooner now? Now?
No. Then now.
What about the noun for now? The now?
No.
Noun?
No.
So
no,
what-
not
you know what I
not the
wanna
noun,
ask?
noun. It's
No.
the-
Now.
No.
Not
wanna
now,
get-
guys.
No.
Not now.
What about now?
I want to hear Silence's expectations and hopes for 2018.
Oh. Let's see. My hopes and expectations for Star Citizen. I hate to kind of cop out a little bit, but I have to agree with Eris that I just hope that they stick with consistently releasing patches, because I think that it's very beneficial to see consistent progress towards the goal and not have hold on, we got to wait 3 months before we show you anything. And it's like, well, give us something, because it adds less fuel to the fire. And frankly, I get tired of constantly hearing people sit there and go like, oh, this or oh, that. And it's like, if you actually looked at the development of what's going on, then Star Citizen's actually doing a pretty good job, and they're getting things done at a very reasonable pace considering all that they want and all that they're doing. But trying to convince someone that's basically just trying to cause issues, start fires and all that, I mean, it's impossible, but at least then you aren't giving them more fuel to basically make other people question if they're right. So that's kind of the way I look at it. Is it'd be nice if just this year we had less fuel added to the Trolls fire.
That would be nice. Shiver,
Yes.
same question.
I definitely agree with the sentiment. Of course, I don't want to cop out either. But yeah, I still feel they need to stick with this quarterly release, but they cannot crap out on that. If it comes to a release and they say, well, only thing we could put in this was a couple of textures and bug fix, it's not going to cut it, I'm afraid, because people have had nearly a year of drought and they want to support the game. But if there's no game to play, they're not going to feel like they can support it, which isn't, it's not CIG's fault. It's not entirely another person's fault, but it just needs to stop happening.
I thought of another requirement.
Oh no.
Oh, Christ. Yes?
Female
Does it
characters.
involve the letters M and E?
Yes. We need female characters this year.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that'd be nice.
No, it's not nice.
Squadron 42 schedule needs to go up.
I said that, yeah. But no, we need the bloody fucking female characters. We haven't had an update on those in a long fucking time.
Yeah, it's been a bit.
Where
Although
are
that's mostly because they weren't in 3.0, and we've basically been laser focused on 3.0 for like 8 months.
Yeah, but I'd like to know why they weren't in 3.0, and I'd like to know where they are.
Because they decided that they wanted to have all the animations done and not just port the animations over from the male character, which means they had to redo all the animations.
How many
It's
animations?
Like
how many
2,000
animations are remaining? Give us I want a schedule. I want there's 700 animations left to go. There's 300 animations left before. Just give us some information.
Info, please.
I agree. That
Nakara?
there was an update.
Yeah.
You saved yourself
there
for
were
last.
females in the Squadron 42 demo.
There were, but I want to be able to have people play them.
So Nakara, same
Yeah.
question though.
Yeah.
Same question.
It's your turn. Now you're in the spotlight.
You guys all stole my biggest wish. My biggest wish is for them to hit their release marks. Now, that's obviously not my only wish. Other things that I would like. I think they need to keep the new format for CitizenCon. Worked really well. Don't reinvent the wheel. Just go with that. Because we had the town hall in 2014 and they never did another one. It's like,
Yeah.
come on.
Oh, also CitizenCon, I want it to be at the same level as this year's or last year's.
That's what I just said.
Oh.
But they need to change the model in the front.
Oh,
There was a model?
Yeah, the model on the front needs to be the Reclaimer next time.
It's just a model.
If there was a life-size model of the or a large-scale model of the Reclaimer, you would lose your mind.
No, because I can't have it in my house, can I?
Well, it depends. If you're at CitizenCon and you run away with it, yeah,
I
guess you
would.
could.
And if anyone did that for me, anything
See,
you want.
You're all thinking inside the box. What you really need to do is move into the Reclaimer and live inside the Reclaimer.
That would work.
It's true. Okay.
Well, maybe it wouldn't. But beyond that, like, just measurable progress. Noticeable progress towards the end goal. That would be nice.
Yep.
Oh, also, I'm not asking a lot. I don't need the game to run at 100 frames per second, but if it could run at 30, that would be really nice.
It's close for me anyway.
Depends on the server.
Yeah, it does. So I do want to get to these last 3 questions because they're pretty good. So Haramis asks, does 3.0 Live run better than PTU? Yes. Oh, gods, yes. It is, quite frankly, really stable. You get to the end of a server life and it's bad. But if you're not at the very end of the server and it's not about to reboot, it's really good. I mean, 20 to 25 frames is what I get when streaming, and that's not bad. That's not bad.
Not for streaming.
It's not great. I'd love more FPS, but Fastcart says at Nakara you want 30 FPS, switch to AMD. That's funny because the only person that I know that runs an AMD card can only get 6.
Well, he's running a 4-generation-old AMD card. Come on. God.
Wait, who's that?
6.
Well,
Also, David,
point out
you know me, and I'm running an AMD GPU, and
I have no idea who you are.
15 to 20.
Flint.
your GPU isn't as important in Star Citizen as your CPU right now.
It's not.
So Flint asks, when will we get another hardware review on Relay_SC or the financial review for the year of sales and etc.?
Ooh, definitely want to touch on that. I'm going to give you a soon TM. Hardware review. David, you're a hardware review guy. When are we getting hardware review?
When I can get some new hardware. Give me an idea of who I should contact to try and get some new HOTAS, or who I should contact to try and get some hardware to review, and I will review the shit out of anything that I can get. Problem is, I don't.
Mad Cats are back. This is our fair and impartial hardware reviewer. What about the AMD chips?
I think he froze.
No, he knows what he's doing.
No, straight up, I would if AMD were to send me a chip to review, I would review it unbiased. I would review it as a chip that I would just plug in.
Can someone clip that?
I promise you. I promise you. Anything I review will be unbiased. I was really, really hoping. I put a lot of stake into Crytek being into Crytek's joystick being something that would be good because of and I made a long explanation of why it might be good. And then when I finally got my hands on the Crytek X56, it's bad. I won't lie.
Yeah. The X52 and the X52 Pro are all right.
Yeah.
The X56 is not very good. No. But if you want something reviewed send me what you want reviewed, and I will try and get a review copy of it and review it. All I can do is try. And then the last question for the day, Haramis asks, how often, a number, did you see the Squadron 42 mission yet? One time with commentary and one time without counts as 2. I saw it once. I actually have not yet watched it with commentary, to be honest. It's on my list of things to do, but so are many other things.
I think I've seen it 3 or 4 times. 4, maybe? Ish. 4-ish.
I would say I've had it. I've seen it twice, but I've had it on in the background 4 times.
Hey, Astropub, you started watching 3 minutes before it was time for us to end the show. Thank you so much for joining.
Wait, hold on. Are you sure that he means that he came in like that, or
no? He just came.
Oh,
hey, the Astropub. Who's? I've got a question for you, Mr. Astropub. Who's on the Astropub later today? Let me know, because it's always interesting.
There's an Astropub later today?
There is
If only there was some series of podcasts on a Saturday night that comprised of some sort of compilation that could be easily remembered in some sort of catchy name.
We could call it the Sad Thought Cast.
yes.
I don't think that's very catchy.
Yeah, that's true. How about the Saturday selection of Star Citizens selected streamer-thons?
I like that one.
How about, and this is my personal preference, the Committee for the Liberation of and Integration of Terrifying Organisms and Their Rehabilitation into Society.
I don't want to know what that spells out as an acronym, sure. You're a bad person.
Isn't it something like the Pod Saturday Cast? Something.
The podcast, it is the collection of podcasts occurring on Saturday, every Saturday, on Saturday.
I do like Sagareth's suggestion, though, the Golden Shower Power Hour.
That's only if Paul's on.
That's good.
Okay, that is going to be it for us today, though. Please do go watch the rest of the Golden Shower Power Hour on Saturday. The rest of the podcasts that will be airing. One being the Astropub, 2 being actually, I'm not sure if he has one today. Let me look at this.
I didn't know. I don't know if he has
I
one
don't.
today.
I don't know if there is a Not So Sober Saturday this week. But if there is, you should check it out. And if there isn't, well, at least you get the Astropub, because that's half as.
Is it?
Wait, is
Astropub's
Astropub still
birthday?
here?
I don't know, but is it his birthday?
Is it?
I don't know. Someone said happy birthday, Astro. So
I don't know whose birthday anything is. So
neither do I.
I do have a question for anyone. Wait, there's no captain's table today. And no, man, are we the only Saturday podcast on this Golden Shower Power Hour of podcast Saturdays? If so, I apologize.
Did we just name ourselves the Golden Shower Show?
We're the Golden Shower Power Hour.
Yeah.
Thanks, Sargareth.
When you said there was a golden handshake involved, I did not sign up for this.
Happy birthday. Once a year, we celebrate with stupid hats and plastic plates the fact that you were able to make another trip around the sun. And the whole clan, it gathers round, and gifts and laughter, they do abound, and we let out a joyous sound and sing this stupid song. So, happy birthday. Now you're 1 year older. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Your life still isn't over. Happy birthday. You have not accomplished much, but you didn't die this year, and I guess that's good enough.
And I don't even have a
His
kazoo.
birthday's tomorrow.
Close enough. Okay.
Seriously.
We'll be back next week, but not me. He's going to be hosting, he's going to be hosting. Him, Down there,
Oh, God.
Shiver is
Seriously?
going to host next week. No idea who's going to be on. No idea what's going to happen. There's probably going to be a fire. People are going to die. It's not going to be me, unless it is. Thank you all so much for hanging out and visiting and whatever it is that we do every week and every year and every instant of our lives. And why do we put ourselves through this?
Do you
All
know-
right, for you.
We need some sort of community-based donation system that can help support some of our ventures,
No one would want to donate to us. Don't donate to us. It's silly.
specifically on Patreon.
No, that would
Don't
be
donate
terrible.
to us,
No one should
specifically on
donate to
Patreon.
us. Thanks, guys. We'll
Thank
see
you.
you next week. And have a happy new year.
Wait, what?
Merry Easter, joyous Kwanzaa, and happy Independence Day.
To someone.